All right. What's going on, party people? I know a lot of people haven't hopped. Just ain't nobody on yet. Just me right now. So gotta wait a little bit. Let y'all slide on up in here. Let me do a little quick deal. Um, Over yonder, real quick. I guess what is it? Oh, here it is. All right. Got my notifications going. All right, party people, this your man Griff. Hey, hop on over to YouTube real quick, like I'm doing a live Fritter Friday. Let's talk about it. Peace. All right, party people, this your man Griff. Hey, hop on over to YouTube real quick, like I'm doing a live Fritter Friday. Let's talk about it. Peace. All right. All right. So got us. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Congrats to you there. LaShawn, congrats. I know I'm the uncle. I know you I'm the uncle. All right. Ain't nobody else. I ain't gonna be no goddaddy and none of that because that costs too much money. But I can be the uncle. Uncles don't cost no money. So I ain't gotta cough up no dollars and everything as an uncle. But as a godparent, nah. Ain't taking care of no more kids and stuff. what's, what's going on? What's going on? So yeah, I'll be the uncle and all of that. I'll be the uncle that I might slip him a dollar or two every now and then, but but yeah, I got you on that one. I'll probably have to be the uncle where you say, hey, come get my other kid while I spend time with this kid, because them kids are getting on my nerve while you working with the new one and everything. So I got you. But yeah, I wanted to hop on real quick. I was supposed to, today got thrown off. And this is one of the things that a lot of people keep talking about. They keep saying how, they want to go direct. You got to, even with direct, they can have late documents. And I'm supposed to have been out in Smithfield, Virginia, which is an hour away at 12 o'clock. Y'all see it's 1:37 right now. And I am not there. I am here at home. So I said, well, let me hop on real quick and do this Fritter Friday for everybody. And and everything. Yep, I'm acting up already. And then just before I was doing a Canva, I was trying to do one of the little graphic things on Canva, and I get the phone call. Hey, we ready for the signing at 3:30. You think you can make it at 3:30? Yeah, I'll be there at 3:30. And they just found out it's a full. They're doing a different company, so it's a full purchase package, not a small one like it's normally with this company. So that's why I'm glad I got the Raven scan. I got my laptop, so I'll be able to scan and send all that stuff back to them so they can get, do the funding and all of that. So so don't think just because you are doing you're working with a direct client that you can't have late docs. Late docs can be with any company. Okay, so all those people bragging like that. All right, so let's get into this here, y'all. I'm sure a lot of y'all saw the video I did, the live, and probably saw the replay about the people forging checks and everything. And that's huge. I'll be honest, I never thought that a notary would do that. Okay. I never thought anybody would do that whatsoever. And this kind of stuff is what's going to hurt us more than people taking $60 signings. That's going to hurt us more. Okay. That's going to hurt us way more because it breeds a level of distrust and everything. Yeah, that's a shame. Hey, Keisha. Yeah, she was on the Clubhouse earlier today. Good to see you again. And I'm gonna just be straight. I've had a few comments from people, they're not liking the fact that I categorize it as a person who's a pandemic notary. Okay. But here's the thing. Because of the pandemic, a bunch of people came into being a notary, and they are doing stuff that notaries who did not join this industry pre-pandemic would be thinking about doing. That's not something that we would do. And you may not like that categorization, but y'all seeing this because here's the thing. You got people categorizing y'all as new notaries who take $60 orders, and folk don't get mad about that. But I say, hey, this might be somebody from a pre-pandemic or post-pandemic, and y'all don't realize there are people who've hopped in this business post-pandemic because there's a hiring shortage that a lot of folks don't know about, and there are layoffs going on. So even though the pandemic, quote unquote, has stopped, there are people who are still getting laid off, and they're like, well, where do I need to make, how can I make some money? And then they see their friend who was a pandemic notary who came in during the pandemic. Hey, I'm making money like this. And then they're like, well, I'm gonna come on in and try to do the thing myself. You get what I'm saying? They're trying to hop in. So if you're not a pandemic notary, you meaning you came in, if you're not one of those who are cutting the fool, don't get offended by me saying that. What you should be getting offended with is people doing this mess. That's the thing. Because even if I had never said those terms, those phrases, you still got this crap going on in these Facebook groups, and nobody is addressing it. And I'm gonna just be blunt with y'all. And I know this might make a lot of people not like me, unsubscribe, disassociate from me, all of that. The big one, to me, one of the biggest problems with our notary industry is this. There's two things going on. Too many people got their mouth shut, and too many people trying to sell something that more than likely is not useful to the notaries to help them out with moving forward in the business. And nope, can't do that. And what I mean is there's a lot of people that are like, nah, don't say nothing. It ain't me. Don't worry about it. Just ignore it. Want this, rainbows and sunshine and cotton candy type of notary business. And you see this mess going on, but nobody wants to address it. Congrats to Samantha again for Notary of the Year. Got to give it to her. She deserves it. 1,066% plus 10 or times 10. But this is one of the problems I'm seeing. And this is one of the reasons why I speak about stuff so much, is because I'm just like, why are so many people not saying anything? I don't get, and I know some people don't have that aggressiveness like me and all of that. I get it. I do. I get it. But I don't know why my name's not showing. I ain't gonna worry about it. But the thing is this. A lot of people being quiet, won't say anything, don't want nothing to be said about the crap that's going on, that's hurting people, that's causing people to get in trouble, that's making things difficult. Then on the other side, you got people constantly pushing stuff and selling stuff. And to me, this is just my take on it. If you got people constantly saying spend money here, and don't make money over here by don't take this order, don't take that order, you got somebody spending $500, $600, $700, $800 with you on this end, but they're not making any money on the other end. When they do get a chance to make money, now they're being slick. Okay, I'm gonna take this 25 and make it 125. And a lot of people don't see that that's what happened. Look, within the Black community, what do they say? Because of the less job opportunities, say, hey, you need to stop being criminals, go to school, this, that, or the other. Well, school is expensive. Then when you come out of school, you can't get a job because you don't have this, that, or the other. I got a wife and kids to take care of. Then folks start slinging. And then you're like, well, you're going to jail because you're slinging. Well, I wouldn't be slinging if I had a job. Well, we can't give you a job because we don't have anything in that career field. You told me to take this career field. Yeah, but we don't have anything for you in that career field. So you got people, hey, spend money over here, buy this product, buy that product, buy this book, buy that book, which is nothing wrong with it. But then on the other end, the person's not making any money, and now they got to pay stuff back. And it's like, how do I pay this back? I'm going in hock. That's old term for debt to do this stuff. But everybody in Facebook and every place else is telling me, don't take these $85 orders that essentially can equate to about $5 to $6 grand a month Don't take that because it's embarrassing. It's beneath you. So I don't take that. But now I gotta make money because you constantly want me to pay you money for your time and effort to tell me not to make money. This is what's going on. And then nobody wants to talk about this. Everybody wants to be quiet and just pretend like, well, and then you got folks stealing stuff and doing all this, that, and the other. Thanks for hitting the like button, y'all. So I'm like, oh man, how do we move forward with this? Oh, there it is, finally. How do we move forward in this, y'all? Because this here is crazy. Now, I really came on today to talk about well, first of all, before I go talk about my thing, do you want to hop on real quick, Samantha? Because I wanted Samantha to come on and just give her flowers and roses and whatever else, which I guess flowers and roses is the same thing. So let me, because I just wanted to, which I had planned on doing this anyway, but here's the link, Samantha. If you just want to hop on for a moment and say hey to the party people, and if there's anything you wanted to share from the conference and all of that, so they tell, somebody. Well, me and Samantha gonna be aunt and uncle. So Auntie Sam, they asking for you. She asking for you. So I threw the link out there in case Samantha wants to hop on if she able to. Hey, what's going on, Nelson? Good to see you again, as always, my man. What's going on, Q? What's going on, my man? We got All-Star Mobile Notary. She's doing some awesome work up there. Once that summertime hit them kids out of school, she gonna be tearing it up there. And thanks for hitting the like button, y'all, and sharing. But while Samantha's, if she can come on, one of the things did what happened with this person trying to steal money, and that's really what it is. They was trying to steal money. Goes into the topic that I want to talk about, which is based off of a clubhouse that was done early in this week, where they was talking about, dealing with the issues of irate signers, the document printing, all of that stuff, the low fees. And then there are people who, then they were talking about, starting signing companies and stuff. And I don't think the signing company was the main thrust of it, but it turned, it went that way. The perspective that I'm coming from, and as I listened to all of the good feed, it was great information. I got to thinking, I'm like, okay, the people who are starting the signing companies, why are they starting it? Are they starting it because they actually have that kind of work coming in? Or are they starting it because they want to not do the closings themselves and want to just have everybody else doing it for them? And me and a gentleman months ago talked about this, and I'm gonna bring Samantha on while I finish this here statement. And me and a gentleman, we talked about this, and one of the things that I had told him months ago, I said, you don't start a company, a signing company, getting people to do stuff that you don't want to do. From the standpoint of, now it's different when, okay, I'm trying to run a business and I hired somebody to clean the toilets. That's one thing. But let's say in this case, I'm a notary. I don't want to drive 45 minutes to a signing. So I'm gonna start a signing company and I'm gonna send them out 45 minutes. If you understand leadership principles like coming from John Maxwell, which he teaches is you attract the type of people, you attract who you are, not who you want. So who you are as a business owner, who you are as a person, that's what you attract. Okay. So that means if you're a person who has complaints and issues and concerns about all of this stuff we're doing as notaries, then you become a signing company owner or a title company. You're going to bring in people that may have the same vibe. And like any wife would tell her husband when he's dealing with his son, why are you fussing at your son, our son, because he acts just like you? You're being stubborn, honey, and he's being stubborn. So how can you get on him? So the question hit me in my heart after that clubhouse. If I start a signing company, knowing how I am about certain aspects of it, how can I fuss at the person who acts just like me and has the same complaints as me as the 1099 person? That's going to be hard. That's going to be, to me, I'm thinking that's going to be disingenuous for me to fuss at them for late docs, not showing up, complaining, hopping in Facebook and every place else complaining. Oh, I was doing the same thing. But now that I'm a signing company owner or a title company owner, don't you do that? That's that to me, that could be disingenuous. What you got for us, Miss Samantha?
Hey, Griff, how are you doing today? Can you hear me?
I can hear you great.
Oh, okay. Thank you for inviting me on.
As
How's everything
always.
going? How's everything going in Virginia?
So far, good. I picked up a new client doing new home builds. And that can be stressful, I'll be honest with you, because this company, they're a major home builder, and they had a process that I wasn't aware of. They pulled me in and it was like, I get there and they're like, oh yeah, you got to scan right now. And I had my little baby scanner and I was like, okay, cool. And then the scanner wouldn't connect to the laptop, I mean, to my phone or anything. I was like scrambling. So I had to use my phone to do the scans, send it back. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to get me a different scanner that I could take out. So I bit the bullet, bought the Raven scanner. It works nice. I like it. I'm still messing with it. It scans faster when I'm using it from the computer than when I just hit the button on the scanner itself. So
Hmm.
and I talked to them. They say I might have some settings not straight, and I'll work on that this weekend.
Hmm.
But last night I was testing it out, so I dropped some pages in there, scanned it. I'm like, okay. And then the lady told me about 10 minutes ago, yeah, this is a different lender. So you want to have a full purchase package and you're going to have to scan back the whole thing. I said, no problem.
Oh
I'm
no,
ready
that's
for it.
right.
I'm
Look,
ready for it.
we must
Yes.
be on the same wavelength because Raven actually attended the NNA conference in Vegas.
I saw the pictures
And
with you there. Yeah.
And so I scooped me up a Raven scanner too. I'm sitting here looking at the box, just showed up to my house. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited to crack it open and see what it does. I love the demonstration that they did. And
Mm-hmm.
that was the issue I was having with my previous scanner. I won't go into the who it belongs to, but it would take forever to scan two sheets of paper. And then sometimes, it would go through, y'all don't want to hear about the scanner. Just know
Yeah.
I got a new scanner too, and I'm ready
Do
to
use it.
see what it's
Right.
working with. So
And the only reason why I went with the Raven, because now I have the brother. I never
mhm,
had a problem. I don't have a problem with that. The only issue that is the touch screen was too small on the
okay.
brother. And I was sitting here like, and with my little thick fingers, I was like, okay, I can't get it. And I saw the big, I was like, well, the display seems nicer. And with the Raven, which the brother could do, you can do
Mhm,
scan and send it to them via email. And the company, that's what they want. They want us to email the document. So I'm like, okay, I can scan it with the Raven and then say send it to this person via email and
mhm,
it'll go. So I said, okay, that's the reason why I got it. And I'm gonna tell you that Raven scanner is like having a actual computer because you can cut and paste, you can move documents around. So when
mhm.
I was putting in the what was that, the password for the Wi-Fi connection, I didn't feel like typing it again. I said, I wonder if I could copy and paste. And sure enough, I was able to copy and
Oh
paste.
wow.
Right.
Mhm.
I was like, oh man, this is nice. I said, okay, I like this. So I know I gotta do some tweaking to it. But the thing is, when you see you need to move up for is your equipment to accommodate a client, if you
Mhm.
can find it at a discount, cool. If sometimes you may have to bite the bullet and pay a higher price, and I just didn't have time to get with my man Q to try to find one at a cheaper price. And then here's the crazy part: after I went on Amazon and bought it at the normal price, all of a sudden now I'm seeing all these refurbished ones. They
Really?
wasn't showing no refurbished ones in my queue when I went and searched for it. There was
Mhm.
no now I'm seeing refurbished ones. I'm like, okay, Amazon, y'all got me. Y'all could have showed me these refurbished ones, which are about 150. Yeah, I'm looking at one now for $454. I'm like, y'all could have showed me this, but they didn't show it to me, so they probably want me to
Mhm.
pay the full price. So, what do we need to know as notaries going forward from the conference? Anything, or just your
Oh
take?
man. The conference was amazing. That was my first time attending a conference. I was able to be a first time speaker at the live conference. And if you were not able to attend, I would strongly, strongly, strongly encourage you to start stashing that money away to be able to go to. We're going to Scottsdale, Arizona. Excuse me, next year. And so
Gotcha.
if you weren't able to attend, I would encourage you, even if you just go to one. There were some people who had literally been to 20, no, excuse me, the highest number I heard was 19, no, I think 23 conferences. So they
Okay.
have just been going and going. And I haven't heard anyone say anything negative about their experiences. And I know I didn't have one. They had so many different vendors, so many different workshop opportunities, and most importantly, just seeing all these faces that you see on social media and some you don't see on social media, but connecting with notaries like face to face, live and in living color was great. I really enjoyed it. They put us in a very, very nice resort. Um, like it, I don't have anything bad to say about the experience. I absolutely enjoyed it. And so if you can go next year, keep an eye out on, I would say, go to the NNA's YouTube page, the
Mm-hmm.
NNA's IG page. I'm not on Facebook, but I'm sure the NNA has a Facebook page too.
Yeah.
Go and make sure that you like and follow those pages so
Mm-hmm.
that when they release the registration link opportunity, you are ready to go. Because I want to say Las Vegas filled up so fast after
It
last
did.
year's
It
online
did.
conference. So if you can go, it is truly, truly an experience. And it will, I believe it will change your business if and change you as a person, as a notary, business owner, if you're able to attend.
Yeah. And that's why I did the video about going to conferences with the right focus, because so many times people get caught up in the aesthetics of the fact that, hey, I'm here in the house, and then they come out of conferences and don't remember nothing that was taught to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could feel like you wasted your money, but you have to go there with a purpose. Like, oh, just no different than you would tell, I think, because you work with a university, and those parents are probably telling their kids, when you go to this school, go there with a purpose. I know you might want to party and hang out, but you
Mm-hmm.
go there with a purpose to get something out of there tangible
That's
that
right.
you can take back. And that's my biggest concern with a lot of things, that people, and I grew up going to conferences as an adult. I'm talking about from Amway to other networking marketing, church, all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
I tell people, and I'm some into a point, I get a little conference out from my past history. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, if I'm going to go, I got to be there to learn. And I'm the type, when I do go to conferences, I sort of get to myself, and it's like, you won't see me really hanging out, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm here to learn, to grow
Mm-hmm.
my business. I will hang out if I see I need to, but I know some people, they're more concerned about hanging, and then they're like, well, I go to this one or that one, and then when they're in there, they're like, they're not gathering anything, and then they're struggling the next year. And this could be with any industry. This could be if you got a Jandy King business, teaching conferences, anything. You've got to go in there with the purpose of
Mm-hmm.
gaining something that's going to build you, because that's the whole point of the conference, is to make you a better whatever the industry is.
That's right.
But you sit there and like, you're admiring Samantha, you're admiring this person, that person, watching what they wearing, making sure you got your outfit on so people can see you, and you leave there with really nothing tangible. That's, you're doing yourself a disservice.
I think that's really good, solid advice. Not only should you go with a purpose, but you also should go with an open mind, because sometimes conferences can plant a new seed. They can kind of open up and expand your creativity. Like I went with some of the members of the Georgia Notary Network, and in particular, my sister and Sign Candy. And
Mm-hmm.
after the sessions, we would literally sit and just start brainstorming, like just so many ideas for our businesses, so many ideas for the organization.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff is so important, because sometimes you need to be in a new place, a new environment, in order to kind of start something new, kind of spark something different. And so, in addition to having goals going in, also make sure that you have the opportunity to sit and brainstorm. How are you going to use this information after the fact?
Right.
I know, Griff, you told me about your history in ministry. How often do people come to church, hear a whole sermon, write notes, and they never look at the notes
Right.
when it's over?
Yep.
So also make sure that you're ready to apply all this good stuff that you get after the fact. Don't let these notebooks and notepads, um,
Hmm.
people texting me left and right. These notepads and stuff sit idle. Like, get home and get ready to move it forward. So I'll just offer your audience two things. One, if you're not following me on Instagram, myself and Miss Candy, we are issuing a 30-day challenge. It's called the Notary Check-In. And while we are referencing the conference, it's for anybody really. So for the next 30 days, post what you're doing specifically for your business. A lot of times people just need some accountability. They need a group of people that's all doing the same thing. And even if nobody participates, I know once I left the conference, I was committed to doing certain things so that everything I gained from the conference didn't fall to the wayside. Well, maybe you're doing something different and you need a level of accountability. So if you check out the Instagram, look at the post. It starts on Monday, and all we're asking is for every day for 5 days, Monday through Friday, basically for the next 30 days. You're gonna post what you're doing business wise, whether
Hmm.
it's sending emails, whether it's you got a particular phone list you need to call. Maybe you got a stack of business cards that you never did anything with. Maybe you need to send them people a text. But get on board with being accountable to your business. Too many people are ready to quit their job and work for themselves, but you got to work for yourself. Working for yourself is not about being able to sit home and not do anything. You go from working 40 hours a week to 24
Hmm.
hours a day if you really working for yourself. So that's the first thing we have out there available. The second thing is this. Myself and three other great notaries, we've partnered to have the Heart Project Notary Scholarship. And the Heart Project Notary Scholarship is an opportunity for new notaries, 1 to 3 years new,
Hmm.
to get to apply for resources, training, just opportunities to support them in their business. And that is also on my Instagram page. I believe I also have it on LinkedIn. But the application is simple. The main requirement is that you have to be a new notary. And you just apply, and then we're going to make the announcement in November during the Notary Symposium. So we'll go through all the applications and see who the winners are. But we're definitely looking forward to supporting other notaries that are really interested in moving forward with their business. And again, 1 to 3 years old and ready to just take your business to the next level with the right training, a solid foundation, and just making sure you're doing things that not only support your business, but support your commission overall. Because like some of this foolishness that Griff brings to our attention, when it comes to these checks and all this other stuff people got going on out here, you need to go ahead and learn the right thing to do up front so that you don't compromise your commission. So again, we have the 30-day notary check-in challenge that starts on Monday, June the 13th. And the notary scholarship is available. The application is going to be close on it's going to close on June the 30th. So you have opportunity in both of those places, no matter what stage of business you're in, to join together with other notaries and see what progress you can make in your business.
Yeah, that's excellent. And see, what she's talking about is what I keep I'm trying to encourage y'all to do is get yourself together doing it right, so that when you move into another phase of your business life, you can pull forward other notaries. Again, like I was saying before she hopped on, I'm hearing people, and those of you who are here running a signing company may have recently talked about this. My statements are not directed at you. This is stuff that, I mean, I've been talking about, and I've had conversation with Sam about some of this stuff before and others. But when I heard the conversation on Monday, I was like, I started thinking about it again, because lately people been asking me, hey, do you want to start a signing company? I even had a company contact me and said, look, do you know notaries that we can use? And they were like, we'd rather pay you, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay. And then I had to start reflecting on, like, okay, I got to make sure that I'm doing this for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a easier way, quote unquote, to make money, because you got all these other people doing the work, and you and you, quote unquote, sitting back or not doing the stuff. But if you have problems with the process as a notary, the question becomes, how do I make the process easier for the notary? So in other words, here's Griff. I start Griffin Signing Services. As a notary, I had issues with the pay, with the printing, with the traveling, with all of this stuff. And I don't think it's right. I want to get paid more. How do I, as a notary signing company now, get the 200 and some bucks per signing for her when I couldn't get it for myself? That's the question that I started floating in my head. How? Because if I could get it for her, then why couldn't I get it for me? How do I get her $200 for a refi, reverse mortgage, or whatever the case may be, a construction loan and all of that, when I couldn't do it myself?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question. And I don't know how to do that, because if I couldn't negotiate it with the signing company, how do I, as a signing company, negotiate it with the title company who's paying me to say, hey, Samantha wants $200. They said, we're giving you this and you figure it out. And when I try to figure it out, I can't give you 200, because for me to give you 200, that means I take less, and then that means I'm working in the negative. So if we had that vibe as a signing, as a notary, that we said doing 60 or 75 or 85 or even 100 was a negative to us, then how is it that you're giving the notary more as a signing company and you're taking even less, going to help your bottom line for us taking care of your family? These are things that you have to take in consideration. And then, like when I read the post, and many of you saw it, I didn't put the posts up there, but part of that post with that check fraud thing, what I didn't understand was that apparently this has been going on for a while, and companies have been eating the costs. And see, I know me, I wouldn't eat the cost from day one. You going to jail. That's just my personality. Because I'm doing everything I can to do things right, and then you're going to sit here and forge a check to steal money from me. The moment I find out about it, the popo coming for you. It's just that simple. You ain't gonna be no Leonardo DiCaprio, catch me if you can. I'm gonna catch you behind. Because if I ain't waiting for the feds to find you. I'm gonna find you, and we're gonna deal with it, because that's wrong. So again, going back, like I said, it's too many people being quiet about this bad stuff that's going on, because we don't want the notary industry to look like, like we running in the streets. Now, I always say, see, we hustle as a notary, but when you start stealing money from me, that's when I turn into a hustler. That's when I start acting like 50 Cent and be coming at you, because it's like, yo, don't do that, because those kind of things are hurting us. So I encourage everybody, if you see this stuff that's going on in our industry, talk to somebody, call the NNA, talk to somebody. And like, how do we fix this? Because you don't want, that's why I said, and Samantha knows, that's why she ain't on Facebook. Them Facebook groups is where a lot of this stuff is circulating. These private Facebook groups, people are like, hey, I did this and got away with it. Oh, you did? And you think about it, when you create an environment for negative, crafty, sneaky, underhanded stuff, it opens the door for other people to like, well, okay, they was getting by with double side printing, but you know what? I might be able to, you know what? I could probably use that Adobe to edit that check. And you never talked about it, but you opened their mind up for deceitfulness. And that's where they started thinking. And you create an environment for positivity, understanding that there is negativity out there and addressing it. You're cutting it out. That's why I deal with stuff. And I know some people don't like me and fussing about when people come at me, but I do it because I want you to know that this is this kind of stuff that's going on out here. You choose how you want to deal with it, but you may have to deal with it, and hopefully none of you will have to. That's why I go ahead on and take the bullets and the stones and stuff for y'all. Is that okay? Come at me, fine. Now, everybody else, y'all do y'all thing.
Yeah.
So, I guess the question I have is, going forward, what are some of the things that notaries, irregardless of their experience level, that we probably need to be focused on for the rest of 2022 and possibly 2023?
How to incorporate technology in your business. A lot of us are one-man shows. And so it's going to be important that we look at how we can do some automation, technology integration. Like, how can you do that? I know some people are really, really interested in this whole influencer stuff, and that's fine. But really look and see how you want to, how you can do some automation in your business in order to best serve your client. I'd also, this is my personal opinion, I had these conversations a lot too. If you're a notary that's not getting the business that you want, get off social media. I'm not saying delete your accounts, that's your business. But your business should be tied to certain social media accounts that are easily accessible. Most signing companies, they're probably going to do a quick sweep to see what you're looking like, on social media. And I understand that. But at the same time, if you're talking about, specifically for your business, a lot of the posts that you see, one, they're not getting the reach. I mean, we literally were just having this conversation. These posts aren't getting the reach that you think they're getting. And two, they're not going to your intended audience.
Right.
So I don't post, hey, call, she listens, blah, 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 blah. I don't post that on social media because my clients aren't there. I don't put the times I'm open. And that's just my personal, thing that I do. My clients are not there. However, I make sure my SEO is jam up and I put all of that on my website. So when they out here looking for me, my Instagram might come up, but that website coming up first.
Right.
And that's where they can find out about me. My clients ain't necessarily looking for me on Instagram. Correct. So, as you go on through the year and do what you need to do, really focus your energy on where you're being found and how much energy are you putting into. And again, I don't have nothing against Canva. I use Canva. I like Canva. But I don't spend a lot of time putting together Canva graphics. It doesn't make sense to me. I spend my time on making sure that when somebody need a notary in my area, that they can find me.
Right.
Up to date. My response game is through the roof.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is. I reply to emails. I reply to DMs. If you on here and I haven't replied to you, let me know. But that's the stuff that I work on, not Canva graphics. I make sure that people can contact me, and I also make sure that people get a response from me, even in the event it's something that they may not want to hear. So right now I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, I got a YouTube channel, and I'm also on Alignable. If people are contacting me in those different ways, then I make sure that I respond to them. That's what we need to be working on. Business development, not necessarily how to go get more signings how to get more followers on IG. That's just my opinion. That's just how I do it. Do what you want to do, But, in relation to the question, those are the areas I think that as notary business owners that we should be working on.
And what you're saying is correct, because a lot of people know that my background is in website development. And one of the things, and I'll be honest, the reason why I had to reflect back a couple of years ago, I said, how come I never really took off with the website development business? I still do it. The main reason why is because people wanted to market themselves in areas where their clientele wasn't. And I wasn't a supporter of that. So they're like, hey, Griff, I want to market this way in Facebook. I'm like, okay, but is your clientele in Facebook? It's like, but everybody says if you market in Facebook, you'll make a lot of money. And I'm like, not necessarily. Because when you think about it, and this, if you take the obscured game of golf, you don't see any of those advertisers that are on a golf doing the golf tournament marketing on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, because their clientele that they want is not there. You market where, so I would never support that. And then people are like, well, I don't want to use you as my web guy because you won't do what I want. I'm like, why am I going to support you wasting your time and your money?
That's right.
Because your clientele is not there. Just like what me and Q, the notary, been talking about, is when you look at, if you're marketing yourself in Instagram to get other notaries to buy your courseware, then you're going to get a lot of hits. But if you're trying to market yourself about what time you are open and how great of a notary you are, and you do hospitals and all of that, that's going to other notaries, because notaries are following notaries. So I'm marketing what I'm doing to you, but you're not giving me the business.
Nope.
So you got to really look at it. And that was one of the things that's why I never got into the Facebook advertising, when I saw that Facebook barely sends it out to 3% of your followers. So that means you need 100,000 followers on Facebook in order for your whatever, even just your normal post doesn't go out. If certain people don't respond to your post after a while, Facebook stops sending it to them. They may look at it, but if they don't hit a thumbs up or something, they get. So I'm like, okay, is your clientele where you're marketing?
That's
If
right.
it is, cool. If it's not, then you have to go there. And as I've talked about before, even what you're marketing, because you're marketing yourself. And I keep saying it over and over again, and I know people don't like it, but ladies, you got to be mindful of how you're marketing your physical appearance self, the verbiage that you're saying out there, and it's cute amongst friends, amongst us here. But as a business owner, as a title company that has $6 million worth of mortgages a year, and that might be low compared to other companies, but if I'm a mortgage company or a title company and I got 6 million, and then I see you all of this here stuff and everything gyrating, does that present the proper positive professional to me? And you got to realize that the people, I'll put it this way, some of the people who are telling you, some of these trainers who may be telling you to do that, they're not the people who are hiring you. Who's hiring you? That's who you market yourself to. Yeah. You don't market yourself based off of what your trainer said. Okay. Whether the Canva trainer or this trainer, whoever, you market yourself to the clientele. You look at who's my clientele. That's what LinkedIn is so great about. You're marketing yourself to your potential employer or somebody that could use your services. You're not marketing yourself to the person that talked to you about whatever. So too many people are marketing themselves to each other and trying to be cute, hey man, that was nice, man. Okay, that's cool. But the person who has the purse that's going to pay you, is that what they want to see from a person they're giving money to? If it is, then give it to them. If it's not, but see, you don't know if it's what it is or not because you're not researching that. You're not looking, okay, what do these titles, who's the owner of the title company? You see the owner of the title company, him and his wife and their kids, and they got little kids. And do you think the wife of the title company owner or signing company owner wants, and then all this here stuff showing and all of that? Do you think the husband of the title company owner, who may be a wife, wants to see some dude looking like he a daggone ebony model, a GQ model? Yeah, I mean, there's a certain way we need to present ourselves,
Mhm.
and the people who are paying you are looking for something. They have a standard of living. They have a culture, and you have to find a way to fit into that. Of course, without compromising your own personal values, but you hopefully your value isn't hoochie and thug, you know, with a notary stamp. I know that's going hoochie and thug with a notary stamp. But
Look, you are, you already can catch some grief about that.
I
Say
know,
exactly what's on your mind. Just say it.
you know,
I'm
and that
gonna say this because I got to get ready to jump off. But
same here.
nobody's telling you not to be original. Nobody's telling you not to be creative. There are creative marketing ways out here with the advent of TikTok and these reels and all this. There is a way to market yourself if that's what you choose to do. I've done reels, playing around with the reel feature. I liked it. It was cute, but I get bored easy and I just don't feel like doing it all the time. That's just how I do it. But again, I know that my reels are not targeted or not designed to help me make money. That's not what I'm doing them for.
Right.
Um, but if a title company or somebody was to look it up and see it, it's not anything I'd ever be embarrassed about because it still pertains to my notary business. It still pertains to what I do outside of my business, my family. Like I'm not ashamed of anything that I've done. So still be original, still be unique. I'd encourage that. You might be the one that comes up with the next, big marketing thing. Who knows?
Yeah.
But be mindful of your audience, who you're trying to attract, what you're trying to attract. If you really go back and look at all your followers and it's all notaries, because I've done that. I've gone through and looked at everybody. It's like, okay, I understand staying connected because you like a person's content. I get it if it's
Mhm.
positive and all of that. But start targeting other industries. Look at how other industries are promoting themselves and see how they're drawing bigger numbers. If that is your goal, again, big numbers is not the goal of every notary that's sitting online.
Right.
You just got to know what it is. But Griff, I appreciate your time today.
Anytime, lady.
Anybody want to connect? Like I said, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on the Alignable community, which is another hidden gem. If you're
Yeah.
not on Alignable, jump on Alignable. That has a real good focus on your actual community. So I've met real estate agents, a couple of attorneys, nonprofits in my area. There are a lot of
Mhm.
good things going on in Alignable because it focuses on your community. And I think it's kind of similar to Thumbtack. It's more like Alignable is like another Facebook platform, kind of, but the
Yeah.
groups on there's a notary group in Alignable that I'm a member of, and that's another good place to connect and meet with people. So if you're not on Alignable, try Alignable. But feel free to shoot me an email if you have any questions about anything. Apply for that scholarship, read the qualifications for it, and I hope to see everybody on IG on the 30-day notary challenge
Yep.
check-in. Let's grow our businesses based on actual activities we are doing in our business. This won't be a time to promote your service and to promote yourself, but show people maybe some tip or trick that you're using to set your calendar for the week, to plan out, what a signing looks like for you. Maybe you're organizing documents. You really want to be focused on your business because a lot of us get into business because it's cute, but it's work.
Yeah.
So it's time to show what kind of work you're willing to do. So
Sounds
again,
good.
I appreciate you, Griff, for letting me jump on. Thank y'all for your
Anytime.
love and for the support. And start stashing them coins away so you can go to NNA 2023. I highly
Sounds
encourage
good.
it.
All right. You have a good one. Thanks
See you
again,
later.
lady. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. So look, you heard it from the NNA's Notary of the Year. She told y'all this is where the focus needs to be at. Anything that you're doing, really, you got to count the cost and look at it. I try to address and deal with things to make you think, not to say you shouldn't do it. I'm not saying no one should open up a signing company, but when you are when you're trying to move into another realm, make sure it's for the right reasons. Because if it's for the wrong reasons, it's going to eventually reveal itself. There are people who are, my goodness, they are, just like with any relationship, you marry for the wrong reason, it's going to eventually come out. If you get married and the person you married don't want to have kids, but they pretended like they did, they're eventually like, I never really wanted to have kids in the first place. That's going to cause some problems. So if you're starting a business and it involves other people's lives, you need to be mindful about that, because it can affect them negatively if you're trying to use them as a way to make money because you don't want to do such and such, because it's too much of a burden for you. So I'm gonna make them do it. But then if they feel that same burden, or they have complaints or concerns, then you need to be in a position to be able to address it. If you're unwilling to address it, if the only answer you have is, well, I did it, just suck it up and keep going, that is not the way you can deal with things and move forward. You got to be able to help these people, because this is their livelihood for some of them. That's why I haven't just, because I want to do it right. I want to be able to make sure that I can affect positive change for the industry, so that from the title company side, who's depending on me, and the signing agent side, who are depending on me, that things go smooth. Because the signing company, in my opinion, is very key, because we're that middle person to connect these two entities together, the notary business owner and the title company and lender. We're trying to connect them, and we got to have our stuff together. You got to be able to answer your phone as a signing company. You can't answer your phone now as a notary. You ain't going to be answering your phone as a signing company. If you showing up late for this as a notary, you'll be showing up late as a signing company. All of these things matter. So whatever you don't have straight and together as a notary business owner, you're going to bring that into your signing company owner, business owner realm. No different if you didn't do things, was lazy, wasn't thoughtful or whatever as a single person. When you get married, you just don't flip a switch and just become the kind-hearted husband, wife, or whatever you need to be for them. And yes, some things has to be grown into, but I think before you start that business, before you start getting married and having kids, you need to be working toward that before you get there. Not wait till you get there and like, oh, I guess I better do it now. No, you should have been working on it prior to. And that's the key thing. So I just want to thank y'all for hopping on. Again, I'm not trying to attack anybody and all of that, and I understand people may not like everything that I say or the way I say it and all of that. But what I try to do is deal with truth. Okay. And if I'm saying something and it's not applicable to you, don't take offense to it. It's that simple. Don't take offense to it. I say pandemic notary, and that means, and I'm going to define it again. Pandemic notary are people who came in during the pandemic and acting crazy and doing stuff all wild because they're just in a panic themselves, trying to find a way to make money. If that is not you, then when I talk about that, that is not who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you. It's that simple. Now, whether you want to accept that or not, that's on you. But what I would be more concerned about is the people who sitting up here fussing at me for taking an order that's beneath what they want. Why are you fussing at me for taking a order beneath what I want? And thank you for saying that. Yeah, let me get off of that. I'm tired of that. Notary Success System. Yeah, I got a class this weekend, 5:00 Saturday. You go to notarysuccesssystem.com. You go to that website. You can see the class dates that I have and submit a request, and then I'll send you the information, the link for whatever date that you want. If you're in the Virginia area willing to come down this weekend, 5:00 this Saturday, tomorrow, the 11th, I'm gonna be doing a class. I got one student coming in on Saturday. I think I got one on Sunday. I'm taking up to 5, and we will do a deep dive in the loan docs face to face. And you will have an opportunity to do at least 4 closings, 3 minimum, but I'm trying to do 4 so you can actually get a handle on doing closings and for these loan closing, loan mods, all of that. So appreciate y'all. I'm about to bounce so I can go ahead on. Yes, all of these classes is in person. The classes are in person. These are in person. I'm not doing them online. There's no way I can do this effectively. Really can't do it at all online and all of that. So I'm a bounce so I can get on out here and take this hour drive and get this closing done for these people. Y'all have a good one. I think that's it. That's it, y'all. I ain't got nothing else. If I keep talking, I'm gonna be late. All right, y'all have a good one. Peace.